Hello and welcome to episode 42 of our Timberborn Update 5 Waterbeaver playthrough here in cycle 48, day 1. Last time, we finally got, well, I'm going the wrong way, finally got one of these guys in here. Large aquifer pumps, got these mega platforms with the glowing firefly juice that we're extracting here, and we got the advanced sawmill up and running properly, going quite nicely now. And today, my goal, among other things, is to massively reduce our dependence on the log gnawing stations for making planks. We still, for the time being, need to make screw press axles with all these things, but I think it's going to be substantially easier to be making all of our stuff with the help of these advanced sawmills. We can't stack them, unfortunately, unless I've missed something, but we have space over here to go ahead and work on putting in a second one. Might have to do a little bit of terraforming, but actually, yeah, let's try taking these out here first. Get this back on here. Yeah, this is going to require us to, well, it doesn't line up very well like this, does it? I could build it here, but the issue with that is then I wouldn't have the symmetry. I know, who cares about the symmetry? Just build it and get on with your life. Well, I don't think you understand. we absolutely must have the symmetry. So that is going to be a fun problem for us to solve. Remember, we have to have 3 out in front of it on this corner, and then the rest is just supports, I believe. So I know we're using the dirt over here, in theory, eventually, to put these terrain blocks in. This, like I said, this is going to take a super long time, so we're not necessarily married to doing that quickly. But eventually, we do want to put another one of these advanced sawmills over here. It doesn't have to be over here, but it pretty much needs to be over here. We also have some space over here we could do something with if we so chose. We could modify our straight power shafts here, move them up a little bit, and then put in some additional large aquifer pumps, depending on how we want those to go in. Because remember, this is a ground-only building, so the only way I could put it on top of this is if we put more, well, ground here, which, as we have come to understand, is a very slow process, so we're not going to be worrying about that too much. But I have heard your cries and your desperation, and we're going to prioritize the mechanical drill for the iron ore. The main issue that we're having is that we don't have enough drill bits to run all of this stuff. So that's one of those things that has to get made over here once I collapse that. And our main problem for a very, very long time has been not having sunflower oil. But like I said at the top, these clockwork hydroponic sunflower farms are doing a lot of good for us. They're not doing enough, though. So we're probably going to have to build a couple more of these. But I'm trying to decide if I need to keep those in this spot or to start building more elsewhere. I think this is a good place for those because it is kind of close to what we've got going on over here with these screw presses. And then, of course, I can just keep adding more in front here. But everything takes time. So probably is going to be in our best interest to just keep building more of these clockwork hydroponic sunflower farms instead of the other clockwork hydroponic farms. Just because, well, if you solve sunflower oil, you solve a lot of problems. And most of our problems right now are because we don't have the sunflower oil. So before we do the other necessary things like putting in the lotus farms and the, well, probably not rice and all that other stuff. Now, this hydroponic everblossom farm is a really intriguing idea. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to say, you know what? Let's just do this. And you can swap these. Somebody asked me, hey, can you swap these? And I said, well, I actually didn't say anything. But, yes, you can. So what we're going to have to do to make this a viable thing is we're going to need to probably just replace these with universal power shafts, but we do have to have these constructed first. And we have to put in more of these ladders, which require metal, which we don't currently have a lot of. Our high temperature foundry can make, well, they can make scrap metal for us. But we don't need scrap metal. We have scrap metal. What we need is metal blocks, which have to be made in a factory. And the factory also has to make the drill bits. So we're in a situation now where we just... everything... yeah, you know the drill. It's water beavers. Everything is hard. It's the opposite of whatever they said in the Lego movie. Everything is not awesome. We have a huge shortage of everything all at once because everything else has a shortage. Although, ironically, this time it seems to be coal. Which is kind of funny. Because I don't think we actually have a coal shortage. I think we have a drill bit shortage. Well, we do have a drill bit shortage. But I'm pretty sure that's the reason why... actually, no, there's 10 in here. But we have... wait a second. We're full of dirt. Why are we not... alright, what's going on with this? We're full of dirt. But these are not... these are not receiving dirt. So what's up with that? I guess probably... oh, there's nothing in here. But this is making iron, so that's fine. I guess I just need to have more dirt storage, probably just right over here. If I could find a good spot for it. There isn't really that much I could get away with, but... I don't have enough stuff to make ladders. Alright, I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll just put this here. It's fine. It is pretty funny, objectively, that the dirt is what's causing all of our problems here. Because it's supposed to be being placed here, but oh, I deprioritized all the buildings. We had all this other stuff going on. Okay, well, I'll tell you what we'll do then, is I will possibly against common sense, I'm going to reprioritize 2 of these just to clear out some of our dirt storage. But we'll go ahead and turbo speed this thing. There's so much to do. I mean, we're at the point in the playthrough now where we really kind of can't just say, oh, today we're going to do X, Y, Z, because everything's connected. It's all connected. It all takes time. But I was hopeful that this aquifer pump would solve a lot of our water problems. And, I mean, every hour we're getting 25 water from it. But part of the issue is that we still don't have anything being pumped from here because... the water has to be... oh, that's bad. That's why. I didn't turn that back on. Well, that would explain why nothing has happened. I was like, you know, we really should have had more water by now. Let this be a lesson to you. Don't forget. And for the 3 or 4 of you typing up angry comments right now about... why didn't you install... I'm not installing any other mods on this. I don't care if it works. I don't care if it's not going to break anything. It's going to break something. It always does. Every time I add a mod in the middle of a playthrough, it completely destroys a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm not doing it. We're just going to have to, you know, not forget. Because we are... this is episode 42, I think, if I did my math right. I do not want to lose the save because I wanted to be lazy. Because I would be very, very angry at that. We're 50 plus hours into this thing now. We can't afford to lose it. So hopefully that will solve some of our problems. We're currently making the steel saw blades. The storage on these is just about full. So it's, I think, probably going to make sense to just go back to making the silicon metal ingots. Because I already have a full storage of glass I can't do anything with. And I do not need any more scrap metal. So this is actually waiting on... oh, there's 1,000 coal in here? That's where all my coal went. Well, it looks like it's waiting on the... oh, no, it's just stalled because the output's full. Okay. Well, that'll solve a lot of our problems. Take this iron and the coal out of here. Help get everything else going once again. And the drill bits still are not flowing. But it's fine. The water should massively recover in just a moment. Hopefully. Now that it's flowing back through here, this hasn't overflowed and it's not going to, so that's good. I got 1,000 lotus flowers that I can't do anything with currently. So I guess I will turn this wood burner back on, if by wood you mean lotus flowers. And we're going to take a look at our situation here. It looks like they cut all the trees on this side. So let's go ahead and get rid of all of... Not up there. Get rid of all these. They can pick up all the extra logs and take them somewhere else. But I want to get the rest of these trees over here. So that's going to be another trip. This way. Lag. So I think what I'll do to preserve my sanity is I will go ahead and place these all down. You know, it's still... Never mind. It's still not lagging nearly as... not as much as I thought it would, so we'll just, you know, do that. These are already marked. Once they get rid of these trees, then there's actually a scrap metal here we can grab as well. Blockages, so on and so forth. I mean, there's not really much of a reason for us to be super quick about getting rid of these, but might as well do it at some point. Alright, so that's going to look good. This is looking better. Water situation should eventually improve. And hopefully, as we add more of these clockwork hydroponic farms, we can reclaim more land for better stuff. I'm actually surprised they can build this. Oh, okay, they're building from above up here. So as soon as I have enough of these metal blocks, we probably should... go ahead and extend our ladders. So let's do that. Seems like it would just be the easiest possible thing to do is the... Okay, that's facing this way. That's fine. I'll just go ahead and put those in so we're not doing too bad here. So this being a universal power shaft is really just at the convenience of going... Well, I guess it has to be because of the way this is sitting. But this does have to get changed. We talked about that. I'm not going to do it until these are ready to go, though. Just let them do what they got to do. Another thing we can do to solve potentially a lot of problems. First of all, this pit tank does not need to be here, but it's also not really doing any harm. I guess that's fine. This screw press making mushroom juice is probably going to need to be replaced with something else. Because this really isn't doing us any favors here. I'm going to take care of that. This making crude saw blades, or not making crude saw blades, making planks we don't need because we have the advanced one. So what I've got to do to get rid of this is get rid of that, get rid of... Nope. Zoom in. Thank you, lag. Zoom in. Get rid of that. 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 How many times can I say get rid of that? I don't know. But what we need to do now is put in the clay pit once I remember where the clay pit is. Industrial buildings, there we go. And I'm going to put in not one, well, apparently not two either because these logs are in the way. Get rid of that. Well, there we go again. Put 2 clay pits right here because, as comments have astutely pointed out, this guy's making gold dust, or finding gold dust rather, from panning for it. So nobody was making clay, and that's bottlenecking some stuff. So that's going to be an easy and good fix to do. Plus removing the really, really inefficient plank making that was occurring over here. Which is going to require that we turn one of these into a mushroom juicer. So I'll just go ahead and do that right now. Just bite that bullet real quick. And probably we're going to need to put in more screw presses here to support the continued making of other stuff. So we'll just unplant these cabbages, which I know is only going to make the cabbage problem worse in the short term. But I think we're going to be fine. Food, a couple people have expressed concerns that the food is going to be a huge problem. I don't think it is, because we have 3,000 of it. Yes, a lot of that was kimchi, but we also have 1,000 fried rice, and we have almost 1,000 pumpkins that can be turned into pumpkin chips once we have enough sunflower oil. You see how everything comes back to the sunflower oil. It always, always, always does. So we want to make sure we're good there. This giant buried tank for water is finally finished, and that's going to be a supply, which means these can go away. Much more efficient. This primitive paper mill also probably needs to go away, not only because we don't need it, but because it's really inefficient use of resources. And we're going to need to figure out what can best use this space. I think we don't have power here. There's no... You have no power here. There's no reason to put aquifer pumps here because I can't power them, and that's probably not the best use of the space. This is arable land for farming as long as the river is wet. We can solve that problem, the intermittent wetness, by putting in a super fertilizing irrigation tower bath somewhere over here. If there is a place that's going to let me do it, I don't know. This is the only place that's letting me show it right now, but that gives you an idea of how far the range goes. So I could, in theory, just straight up replace this irrigation lodge with a super fertilizing irrigation tower bath and probably get rid of this one, and this one by putting another one in this general area. While we're doing that, it's probably also a good idea to go ahead and rearrange how this is set up. I'm thinking rotate this probably 90 degrees this way, and then, well, okay, we'll get into all that later, but we have options for solving problems, and the easiest and best way to start is just to do it. So that irrigation lodge is going to get de-irrigated. By de-irrigated, I mean removed. And now this is going to give us a much better idea of what's going to be irrigated here. The way this is set up, is just going to have to go probably right here and be fine. I know it's not like the best possible place to put this, but it's, it's just going to have to be what it is. So right now we're growing sunflowers here. I'll put those there, and then right here is going to have to become, guess what? A ladder, which hopefully we can, actually have put in. Put in our 1x bridge there just so that can get built. But since this is a wet season, thank you, Balloon Man, this is the time to do this, just to make sure everything is all set, ready to go. And then this growing cabbages back here, we probably just need to go ahead and plant more cabbages. I know it's not the most exciting crop, but we really should not run out of these. So getting those planted is going to be good. We do have space up here we can also use for planting. I'm going to need to replace those stairs at some point, but for click, please, thank you. For right now, this is what we have, so that's what we're going to do. And then, like I said, this... Yeah, because I was kind of reluctant to put everything in exactly the spot it probably needs to be going because of how this was set up. But, again, like I said, now is the time to do it, so you know exactly what your problems are going to be. This is irrigated there. This, if we turn this way... Yeah, that'll irrigate everything else we need irrigated. Keep the trees where they are. This is going to be fine here. I can't flip these, which is a little unfortunate the way this is set up here. But this exact spot is probably going to be fine. This, again, is going to have to become a ladder, but that's going to be fine. Like I said, everything takes time. And if we're going to do the little flipperino here, apologies to Ned Flanders, we've got some trees that are going to have to move. Unless I... yeah, because how did I build this one? That was set to the left side. It was set to the left side of that, and they have to be in the same plane, so yeah, okay. Well, the wood situation is not dire to the point where I think I'm going to have to make that big of an adjustment, but we'll go ahead. Undo this. I'm going to have a platform palooza over here, but I think the best way for us to do that is going to be to just put a couple of these guys in here and get that going that way. That's going to be removed hopefully sooner rather than later. I really hope the upgrade does not interfere with the super fertilizing irrigation tower bath, because that's going to cause problems if it does. But I digress. I need to remember where the, here it is, Lumberjack's barn goes. Yeah, flip that guy right there. This still has a lot of space that we could be planting and farming trees on that we're not currently using. So that's the idea behind it doing that. Okay, there's one more that I missed. It's going to have to go right there so I can get this where it needs to be. Right. We're making it work, folks. We're doing our part one bit at a time. Alright, so come grab this thing out of here before I lose my mind. Okay. So this becomes a path. This becomes a not a path. This becomes not a forester. And then we put a forester. Now, I have been told it does not have to be a forester that goes here. But because I am a simple creature that reacts very unfavorably to changes, I'm just going to do this. And now I've got to remember where the hauler upgrade, here it is, forester hauling upgrade. I cannot believe how long it took, well I kind of can, but I cannot believe how long it took me to figure this out the last time. Now, oh, the question's going to be, can I put a ladder on, oh yes I can. I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to, but I can, so it's going to be fine. Oh, there's the circus music. Do we have an unlucky victim? Yes. Oh, yes. Motion sickness, please. Alright, that's enough of that. So, we've embarked on I guess a gamut of construction projects that are going to massively improve our efficiency, which is a good thing. It's just that some of these things are going to take more time than others. And I really need to make sure I have enough of these super fertilizing irrigation tower bath blueprints in place, or else we're going to have a problem. I have, yes, I do. I probably should keep reproducing these. Oh, no, I've got unfancified ones. We're okay. We're good. Wow, what a time, huh? At least our dirt is not completely full anymore. We've got stuff looking better. We've got, these are waiting on metal fasteners. Well, I have metal fasteners. I guess they're just not building this yet. What are we waiting on? You know what? It's probably just because I have so much stuff backed up that it's causing additional issues. Yeah, at this point it's the builders that can't keep up. And I don't know what they're building next, but somebody left a comment. I don't think it was on, well, maybe it was on one of these videos. One of the Timberborn videos. It says, well, if you don't know what's being worked on, why don't you just go to the workplace view and look for the stuff with the percentages on it? So this says 0. Obviously, we knew that. Whatever doesn't say 0 that's under construction is probably what they're building. That says 0. That says 0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. I bet you they're doing the dirt, which, to be fair, I did tell them to do that, but that's not going to show up under workplaces either. Well, that's got to be what it's doing, so let's come over and check on how this is going. Okay, so that one is actually in place. That's progress. This one's waiting on more dirt. Okay. Well, we're not going to have another 300-something dirt anytime soon, so I will go ahead and deprioritize this so the rest of the stuff can get done. We're down a little bit on giant logs, but these guys I had kept so we could get more wood out of them. I don't think we need to worry about that anymore. It's probably going to be more important to have a steady supply of the giant logs than anything else, and most of these are not really close. So I might leave these for a little bit longer, and honestly, I'm probably going to forget about it, but we will need to have these cut at some point soon-ish, because most of these are less than 75%. A lot of them are less than half, less than 50%. Also got a comment saying from the mod developer that the Firefly grooming station probably is not going to be sufficient by itself, and we might need another one. So why don't we just go ahead and do that so we don't have any more problems later on down the line that could have been easily preventable. I miss the pipette mod. It probably works and I just don't have it, but I've been so used to playing Satisfactory and just middle clicking on buildings to duplicate them that I tried to do it just then, and that was embarrassing because it didn't work. But Firefly grooming stations don't wait. They don't care about your feelings, so we'll just put this guy in here and start the process once again. I can, if I'm feeling nasty, why would I say it that way? I can put another couple of these in here. But we're going to just leave this like it is. Obviously, the underground cold storage needs a lot more ice blocks, which we're currently getting from one of these. Yeah, with the help of Awful Stew, which is a slow process. But we're working on it. We're working on it. The food situation is... Yeah, I'm not going to say it's dire because, honestly, it's not. But we have gone through a lot of fried rice. And I think a big part of that is because we haven't been farming as much cabbage. We have gotten some cabbage replanted over on the other side. You did see that. But we're going to be in a situation pretty soon where we really need to have some other clockwork farms going in. We just have been building so much other stuff that I don't think it's quite gotten there yet. So, in the interest of actually, you know, surviving, I'm going to go ahead and prioritize the building of this super fertilizing irrigation tower bath because this is a lot of crop right here that needs to be irrigated. This one's not as important because it's mostly trees, but it still is important. So we're going to do that. I'm also going to replant some trees down here because all of these can reach, thank you, lag, ever blossoms. Tree of choice for the time being at least. This lumberjack barn, once it is finished, can take care of these, but I want to make sure that's already in place. And we need to make sure they're marked for cutting when that time arrives. So that's looking better. I'm not going to say it looks perfect, but it is looking better. We'll get there eventually. All of this is going to be waiting on these ladders here. Thankfully, we have enough scaffoldings. We have, well, we have some metal blocks. Oh, and it's a bad tide approaching, but don't worry, we have over 7,000 water. That is very, very helpful to see that. Our biggest problem is just we can't balance stuff. Clay has massively gotten stored up, which is nice. I know we need more of that, but they did it without these clay pits, so I'm not sure exactly what happened there. I don't know. This is making the grape juice because we didn't need more robot parts, but we will at some point soon because these clockwork hydroponic farms do need those. But this one already has 10. This one has 0, of course, because they can't get to the back of it. But we just kind of have to let them do what they got to do and make sure that we have the ability to store pumpkins. Which I guess, yeah, we still have some space. They still have some they can farm here. But this storage is full. I'm going to prioritize by haulers because eventually, maybe, we're going to have more haulers. We do also, before we get too carried away, we have our hauling tower we can build. But, and this is a big but, it needs 400 of these metal fasteners, and that's going to take a while to make. Everything else will probably fine. And this employs 50, so yeah. That should solve most of our problems, but just take a look at the flavor texture. It says, a complete nonsense of a building designed by haulers to show architects, mechanics, and engineers who's really running the show. I love the sense of humor in this mod. It's good. But we have the science. We might as well go ahead and unlock this. And what does this even look like? Oh my... Okay, well this is objectively pretty funny. But the problem is that the entrance is all the way up here. So, I mean, we can put this pretty much wherever we want. It's just, yeah, getting into it's going to be a problem. And I think it's going to make the most sense to just put this in wasted space, like the middle of this river here. But, again, it's pretty silly. It's, what, a 5 by 5 minus the corners. So... Okay, I mean, I was gonna build kind of recessed in this hole here, but I say in this hole like there is a hole to be recessed inside of. That's not the correct grammar. Look, it's gonna be okay. See, that would, I would actually probably block some stuff. And I don't want to just kind of shove this in wherever it's going to fit, because that's not going to look very good. But at the same time, I think it's probably going to make the most sense to put it in the river. So if I get rid of... No, they're not using this anyway. Who cares? Get rid of it. We can do something else somewhere else. We have the ability to do that. We're not completely stupid. Sometimes I act like it, I suppose, but... river bath, that's what the thing's called. And this actually... Oh, look, it's like this was designed for that. It probably wasn't, but... Anyway, I digress endlessly and to the great detriment of myself. Let's... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which means this is the middle. This is realistically the middle of this curve area, which means that's our 3x3, which means that's going there. That's going there, that's going there, and then ooh, I did a stupid with this. All right, let's think about our actions here. So this isn't going to work. Well, there's no rule that says it has to be here. I don't think. Sheesh. I can't do anything like this, can I? Because I do need this to be here. Well, okay. I'll tell you what we'll do. I'm gonna get rid of this. No, don't take that out. It's fine. It's gonna be okay. What we'll do is we're gonna flip. I know. We have a huge lack of ability to actually get down anywhere, but this is a problem that will easily and efficiently be solved. We'll just do that. But I can hear you say, that's dumb. Why would you do it that way? Well, it probably is dumb, but if you haven't figured out by this point that that's just how my brain works, I really don't know what to tell you. So, we've made a huge mess of things, but it's about to be a bad tide anyway, so it's not like these river baths were going to get used. We're just going to have a whole lot of dirty beavers. Actually, the hauling tower employing 50 would mean we probably didn't have to build this anyway. That's fine. This is actually ready to go, which is good because now we're about to not have, well, anything going on up here. We got 8,700 water. Do we have storage in here? No, despite it being prioritized. Well, it is what it is. How are things looking up here? I have no reason to believe this is actually getting built. You know, they're probably still trying to build this. Yeah, okay, so let's re-deprioritize that terrain block. And I guess what I could do is I could click on my builders and just see what they're doing. John Morrow, what are you doing? You're carrying nothing. That's not very helpful. Okay, now you're carrying water. You don't build with water. Well, actually, you do for these. So this is actually ready to go if it had a ladder and power shaft attached to it. Okay, so you're building. What are you going to gather now? Or are you just kind of doing whatever you want? You're getting scaffoldings. Okay, well, those get used. I guess I should probably... I haven't prioritized these, actually, but this would be the next thing. Okay, all right. All right, ladder's going there. That's good. That's a very necessary thing. So, that's going to be nice. And the gravity batteries are fully charged. Okay, that's good. These I deprioritized and they needed metal fasteners anyway, so I guess that's fine. Wow, the lag. It's okay. So these looks like they're both going to be finished pretty soon, but I don't have power going to them. And we still... See, this is why I built these additional ones, because we still don't have enough sunflower seeds. Well, they're also eating them, which I kind of wish they wouldn't, but... Oh well, what can you do? If we can get universal power shafts built to any degree of quickness, then I think we're gonna be okay. So these don't all have to be universal power shafts, but enough of them do where it's probably oh, you know what I almost forgot and definitely did forget, and now I'm going to probably super regret not fixing, but we might actually be okay. Alright, so that's taken care of. I was going to be beside myself with grief if I let this wreck everything again. But fortunately, I remembered that I forgot. I know that probably doesn't make any sense, but it's fine. Let's prioritize, because these are ready to go. Let's prioritize these guys. Make sure that these can all operate. This won't take that long to build if they are prioritized. It is going to take a little bit of time before this goes away, but at least we have this going here. This is waiting on actually just metal blocks, which is unfortunate that they're taking that long to get done. But, you know, what can I say? We still don't have drill bits, which is very, very strange. Okay, alright. They're taking their time to build them, which is fine, I suppose. Lag. That is okay. Yep, there's that single one. Man, I really need more metal, though, and I probably should be building more factories, but we just we're not there yet. I'm probably going to have to start stacking them again, but I guess one of these every 2 hours is probably not the worst thing ever. We just have to make sure that we're using them wisely, which is why I was trying to get them to build the ladders. Unfortunately, I do still need another 6, I think. Yeah. So that's not going to happen in the same day as anything else. So this is also waiting on them. But drill bit wise, I mean, I have the one. How are these? Because that has 4, that has 4, that has 8. Does this require drill bits? Oh, lag. No, screw press axles. Okay. So I'll tell you what. We're going to take this back to the metal blocks. Let it do that. Thankfully, this is a short bad tide because our food situation is now actually looking bad. It's actually looking bad. But I think long run it's actually going to be fine. We're crashing on a lot of stuff because the sunflower oil problem has been a problem for as long as it's been. Now the pumpkin chips actually... Oh, they also need the sunflower oil. Yep, that's a... Mushroom-wise, why are we... I have so many of these things making mushrooms. Sawdust. Like, so much... Oh, I have so much sawdust. I really should be doing... fast recipe on probably all of this. Yeah, because this is just 3 days, 8 hours to get 40 of these. No, that's not going to work. Alright. Now that one's going to be on fast. We're probably going to run out of sawdust at some point faster, but hey, we have the advanced sawmill. It's going to produce every day 380, so we might be okay, maybe? I was also going to let them cut these down. Let's just check. 52%, 38%, 53, 84. I clicked on the wrong thing. 83, 17. Okay. Yeah, let's mark those as cutting again. And we'll just see what we can see. Alright, so this one's actually... all 3 of these are up and running. This one just needs the ladder in place. None of these are prioritized by haulers, which is probably a mistake. Let's take care of that. I can't prioritize it yet because it's not connected and it needs 4 more metal blocks. Alright. Okay, so yeah, the water's actually run out now, which means this... No, they can't get in here because, hey, guess what? The the ladders aren't built yet. But this lumberjack barn and the forester's in place. They can't get in because the door is currently not accessible because it's being made into a ladder. Oh, well, this is ready to go minus metal fastener, so that's looking good. But yeah, everything is rapidly turning into a problem. Detonate the dynamite here. I think I can go another couple levels down. I do only have 17 dynamite, so we do need to be cognizant of that. I don't have extra... What's that called? Nitroglycerin, whatever. So we're unfortunately going to have to wait for a while. Is anybody making dynamite? Okay, I've got somebody making nitroglycerin, kind of. But they're waiting on... Ha! Sunflower oil! No, 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 no. I don't want to demolish it. I was just trying to press backspace to get out of the menu. That was a mistake. Don't do that. That's not how that command works. Why do I even have a clay pit over here? I don't need one over here. This is a bad place for a clay pit. Well, I'll go ahead and get rid of it so we don't have any other problems with that. But it looks like we got all of our trees out, which means these can go away. That's going to give us some of those jobs back. Curiously, we have so many beavers who are unworkable now. That we're almost at equilibrium. So I'm very curious to see what happens when I build this giant... I can keep going? Seriously? Okay, well this is going to take a while then if we're digging a hole this deep for the hauling tower. So maybe it's a mistake to put the hauling tower down in like that. I'm sure I could probably, if I really... okay, that wasn't going to fit anyway. But, I mean, the entrance is just so tall on this. I know, you just take a look at how this is built here. There is a door at the bottom, but it doesn't have the arrow on it, so I can only assume they have to go in the center of this. I don't know. And then, of course, there's a construction tower that you can only go in from the top. Wait, hold on. Employs 30 unqualified builders to help construction materials being carried. Huh. Well, that's a little concerning. Oh, well. So this is actually just about done. So we'll see. If I can go down one more, then I guess I'm going to be cooked for building this episode. I can't. Good. That was going to cause so many problems. I suppose what I will need to do is just keep on putting stuff here. I just have to make sure I can't block myself from getting anywhere. Yeah. Well, the dynamite process is slow enough where I don't think this is going to become an issue after too long. But that's all looking good. Food is back up to 1,200. The kimchi is rapidly waning. I think that is because we don't have a ton of cabbage. I mean, we do. Oh, it's bramble flowers. It's bramble flowers. That's a problem. We have these being cut in mass over here. We do have that in that diamond pattern. Saw a couple of people suggest that we did that. But we've already done it. We just have to actually, you know, harvest the rest of these things. So I guess they're just going to do what they're going to do. We'll leave that alone. Oh, did they actually finish this? They did. Because this is where we was going to plant the other stuff. Let's get rid of that, get rid of that. Thank you, email client. For absolutely nothing. This is going to end up... Oh, hold on. Unbelievably tall bamboo. After I was going to... Hey, guess what? I was going to use explosives here, but I didn't. Well, I should probably focus on doing that. Let's get rid of these grapevines. I know we're growing grapes here, but the need of wine is not so severe as it once was. I think that's going to be fine. Let me grab... Before anything else occurs that might be stupid with this. Did that all jump over here, or did it go somewhere else? I don't see where else it could go. Oh, it's under the platform. Okay. So I can take this out now. 'Cause that was my goal, was to get it where it could be picked up. And done. So that's another conversation we're going to have. Well, I say we're going to have a conversation like I can ask you directly right this very second about pumping up here. Because if this goes dry, I'm pretty sure these unbelievably tall bamboos are not going to last very long if the water is not there. So that's something to probably be concerned about. Maybe not at this exact moment, but it'll be there. This is almost clear enough. Remember, this is a very small bit here, and I do not want it to be contaminated. Okay, well, I let some contaminated water in anyway. I guess it's not the end of the world. That's good. This over here, we decided we weren't going to wait on, just because it's more important to have the water. It'll get filtered out. Alright, so that's going to be a thing. Everything else is looking pretty good. They haven't put this in because they don't have the dynamite, even though I put it down first. Very strange why that would be a thing, but hey, whatever. So just prioritize that. This is all looking decent. This isn't... wow, really? They still haven't put this one in? Too far from a... Wait, did I not... How is that too far from a district when this is connected? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, because this one was... Oh! Oh, okay. Okay, they don't have anything else to stand on. I don't know why that worked before, but it didn't work just... Okay, whatever. It's kind of weird, but whatever. We might actually want to have a suspension bridge here in case we want to put storage on top of this or something. You know what? That actually wouldn't be a bad place to put... Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad place to put storage at all. I just have to put more of these things on here. I know I just keep building stuff that we can't really afford, but it's really important that we have this stuff, man. Yeah, I'm just gonna put 2 more screw presses here. I know we just need to shut up and do it. All right, so put that in. Thank you, lag, for making me not actually click on that. That should help. These hopefully are not going to die. Okay, no, they got time. But this was waiting on, yeah, surprise, surprise, metal blocks to make all of our dreams come true over here. That's progressing. This is progressing, kind of, not really at all, but hey, what are you going to do? We still have plenty of sawdust, so that does mean that the mushroom fast mode was probably a good choice. 96%. Yeah, I'm going to switch this over to fast growth as soon as I can. There we go. Alright, now the natural water is coming back. Food is still looking a little suspect, but hey, it is what it is. Now we're up to 40 ice blocks because we have to keep waiting 3 days to get 10 of these. Awful stew continues to be in a very short supply. But so many problems, so many little things have been fixed to this point that I think we have really made some good strides. We do need to keep putting in these mega platforms, which are going to take quite a while to build, and they're going to use our giant logs, so maybe it's best that we don't build more than one of these at one time. But I will go ahead and put one in. We'll see what ends up happening with that. This is waiting. Metal fasteners. Okay. So, I think... Hey, remember at the beginning of the episode, like, almost an hour ago when I said we're going to get rid of these log gnawing stations, and then I didn't do it? Yeah, good job, me. But yeah, this one's making screw press axles. I guess it doesn't really matter. I could just put the ones that I want to have wherever I want to have them. That one can definitely go away. We need to put in primitive ironworks, and this has been kind of a disaster, and by kind of a disaster, I mean actually a certifiable disaster for a very long time. I don't really know. What was going here anyway? Metal fasteners, we don't have any, so that's fine. Planks here, clay here, lemons here. Man, what am I doing? This is just a huge mess. Well, these have the entrance on the very end. So what I should be doing, now that this isn't here, is you know what? We need, okay, we're going to need one of these for metal fasteners, one for crude saw blades, and one for tools at the very least. Let's just say, you know what? Scorched earth. We'll start over. At least in this one particular area. Because we have the ability, and we have some extra anvils we haven't done anything with. So if I put this here, then that's easily accessible from the path, but then I can't do anything else behind it. Okay, well that wasn't going to work anyway, so who cares? That will work there. Then I can put another one right here, because remember this is empty anyway, so who cares? This path has to get put in, which means this comes out. There we go. Now this one doesn't have access because I put it in the wrong way, but we don't care. So, put little mini crappy warehouses here. One for the metal fastener. There we go. And one for tools because that's what was already there. Now, what we can do... Oh, and I can make more path spaghetti by not doing this the right way. But now we have access to get back here. And I have not attempted, but if I can flip... Oh, yeah. Okay. Ha, ha, ha. Well, I don't know why you're excited, but you could... Look. You got to take these things when you can have them. You're going to be a lot happier in life if you can just cherish the little tiny victories. Celebrate having a tiny amount of control over your life when things go correctly, and you're gonna be well, I can't guarantee you'll be happier, but you're gonna cause yourself a lot less misery. Anyway, now I've got two of these things once they're actually finished making the metal fasteners, and then this is also cleaned up a little bit, which is a nice bonus. But I did say that the log gnawing stations needed to move or go somewhere else, which I guess is the same as moving. But we still have to make screw press axles. And as far as I know, there is currently no other way to produce those. Ah! With the exception of the multi-purpose outdoor workspace. 1 day, 20 hours gets you a screw press axle. How long do these guys take to do it? 2 days, 22 hours. Okay, well, does this require power? No, it does not. But it requires 2 anvils, which we don't have any anymore. Well, how's that? What happened to my anvils? Am I really gonna have to make another anvil? Okay, well, there's no coal here because there's no coal. There's no coal because why? Oh, we're full of dirt again. Okay. Well, I guess I gotta make anvils. So let's, all of my problems are because I have too much dirt. Alright, this is now the top priority terrain block. Just make it. Just make it work. Just do it. Oh, man. Never a dull moment. Never a dull moment playing Water Beavers, I'll tell you that. Well, I don't have to tell you because you already know. But, I mean, the progress is not necessarily the fastest at this point in the playthrough. But we are actually making a lot of good stuff happen, which is good. It's just the amount of time that this stuff takes is not exactly the most encouraging thing, but I mean, I think everything's going to be fine. It's just, here we go again, it's just going to take time. Always takes time. But now that we have 4 of these, as soon as somebody... How can you not build this? How is it possible that you cannot construct this? Like, they have... Too far from a... No. Stop it. You are not too far from a district. I've seen... Look, this guy is literally walking in here. That's a ladder. That's a ladder. That's a ladder. This was constructed. It is possible to get up here, so why are they not doing it? And in fact, this, when I remove this, putting this in connects everything. So what gives? Why are you like this? There's no reason for this. There really is no reason for this. Oh, man. Well, I don't have the mental fortitude to figure that out right now. So if you have any idea why this ladder says it's too far from a district despite being literally on a path, or on top of another ladder, I guess, you can drop that down below. But yeah, this is going to have to be where we wrap for today. I don't have anything else I can really get done with any degree of quickness here. But I appreciate you watching this. I appreciate Beard Boosters, of course, for all of your fantastic support on this series and all of the moral support, all of the ideas, all of the roasting, all of the sometimes justified, sometimes not justified complaining that occurs. I appreciate all of it. I always read all the comments. I do my best to comprehend with my small brain all of your suggestions from you who understand math. So we do what we can. I appreciate you being here. We got plenty more water beavers to come. Tomorrow's the finale of the Folktales series, so expect probably moving forward, if I can make it happen, I would like to do 4 water beaver episodes a week. Maybe at least 3 every week. But we'll get it figured out. Until we get to that point, I guess I'll just have to let you know as it happens. But that's all the time we got for this one. I really appreciate you guys. This series has been awesome, and we're nowhere close to being done. So until the next time, stay safe, have fun, and we will see you later. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.